What's up guys, welcome to another video. Today we'll be reviewing X-Men Days of Future Past. This one came out in 2014, was directed by Bryan Singer, and stars James McAvoy and Hugh Jackman. Now before we start, if you like, subscribe to post notifications, posting for a video. Let's just start. Let's start talking about the good. So all the action and action in this film are fantastic. I thought every single person in this film was very, very good. The opening sequence was great. It's basically Professor X, his monologue about humans and mutants and how they coexist. And I really thought it was very interesting how he gave the dialogue. The cinematography, which includes shots of cameras and lighting, is fantastic. I really, really love the way this film looks. First act of the film, I thought it was great. They set up a few new characters which aren't that important, but the rest of the characters in this film, of course I don't need to set them up, but the first act really goes right into the story, and I really enjoyed that about it. There's a sequence where the Sentinels are killing mutants, and that is in the first act of the film, and it is somewhat disturbing. The Sentinels are just obliterating the mutants, of course not our main mutants, but just taking out multiple mutants at once, and it's pretty disturbing for a PG-13 film. And I thought it added to this entire film because this is a very disturbing film in some areas. The Sentinels, they're awesome. They're really tall. These tall villains. They're weird. They don't look like normal aliens, I guess. They're awesome. I really enjoyed the design. I really love the design of the Sentinels and the way they move. What noises they make. It's great. The Sentinels are great. There are also some good reveals of Professor X played by Patrick Stewart, Magneto played by Ian McKellen, Wolverine played by Hugh Jackman, and Storm played by Halle Berry. All in the first act of the film, great reveals. I really enjoyed all those characters in this film. There's also a good backstory for Mystique and the Sentinels in the first of the film. The Mystique does have a backstory with the Sentinels. Sentinels, of course, were involved in her backstory. They did things to her and her family, and I really enjoyed that they gave Mystique another layer of humanity to her, because she has been an emotional character somewhat, but I feel like in this film they gave her more of an emotional weight to her character. There are also many awesome action sequences. This is a film that is filled with action, and it is a lot of fun. And it's very unique as well because of the Sentinels. There's also a great reveal of the mutants with the army, including a younger version of Stryker. So there is a younger version of Stryker in this film, and I think it looks fine. It looks good. The CGI was fine. The reveal of Professor X. Now, James McAvoy is fantastic as Professor X. He gets a reveal in the second act of the film, and he is in the film quite a bit. But he is first shown in the film in the second act, and he's awesome. James McAvoy is fantastic as Professor X, easily in line with Patrick Stewart as Professor X. There are also some great flashback sequences, especially in the second act of the film with different characters, and like I said, giving a little more of their backstory, which I think helped develop their characters even more. Quicksilver, played by Evan Peters, he is fantastic. I really, really enjoyed Quicksilver in this film. This is his first appearance in Days of Future Past, and there's one scene, of course, that iconic Quicksilver scene where he's going through the coffees in the air, and I really enjoyed that sequence. Cinematography for that sequence was fantastic. There's also a great dynamic between Professor X, played by James McAvoy, and Wolverine, played by Hugh Jackman. Fantastic relationship. They really developed their characters a bit more. There's also some great dialogue between Mystique and Eric, or Magneto. Michael Fassbender is phenomenal in this film, and when I say phenomenal, he is very, very good. Michael Fassbender has always been fantastic as Magneto, but this film really solidified my enjoyment of his character, because he is a very, very, very good character on an emotional level, on just a superhero or supervillain level. He's awesome. The third act of the film, I thought it was great. I really enjoyed the third act of the film. It brought everything together very well. The dialogue between Professor X, played by Patrick Stewart, and Professor X, played by James McAvoy in the third act, is fantastic. I really enjoyed how they brought those two generations of characters, brought them in one film, and their interactions are very unique and very interesting. There's also an awesome stadium scene. The stadium scene is one of the best sequences in this entire film. It is a showdown with Magneto, played by Michael Fassbender, and robots in that third act. It is fantastic. The cinematography in that sequence alone looks very, very well done. The deaths of the mutants, I thought they were very well done. Especially Storm says she was thrown over a cliff in the third act of the film, and you don't really know if it's real or not until the end of the film, which I really enjoyed how they did it, because of course this is a sort of futuristic X-Men film where it does sort of time travel things in this film, and I thought it worked very well. And the ending sequence, I thought it was good. It's basically Professor X or Patrick Stewart and Wolverine with a voiceover of Professor X played by David McAvoy. That's about it. There's nothing bad about this film. X-Men Days of Future Past is a fantastic X-Men film, and I highly recommend it, and I'm going to give X-Men Days of Future Past an A. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the post notification bell so you know for your video. I'm Peter. Thank you for watching.